Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. So I wanted to make this video today on Goten and Trunks, and how useless they have been in Dragon Ball Super, and if this will ever change. But before we get into this video, please leave a like if you do enjoy, comment below leaving your thoughts, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications if you want to see more of my videos, and also feel free to follow me on Twitter. Also, guys, I want to apologize about my Friday stream where I told you I was going to be streaming Xenoverse 2. Well, for some reason, YouTube would not let me start the stream, but hopefully this week I will be able to do another stream. I don't know what day it's going to be, but I'll let you know in a video telling you guys when I'm going to be streaming. But anyways, guys, let's get into this video. So Goten and Trunks were first introduced in the Buu saga of Dragon Ball Z. With much contrast to Dragon Ball Super, in this arc, Goten and Trunks actually did stuff. Kind of. It wasn't really them, but it was a fusion of them Gotenks. As a Super Saiyan, Gotenks was able to put up a fight against Super Buu. And also, before I get into this, Goku basically entrusted humanity in Goten and Trunks' hands, showing that he had confidence that they'd be fine. Which shows that, you know, they were actually important back then, which they're not now. So, Gotenks became just the second person, and the only other person besides Goku, to achieve the Super Saiyan 3 form. It was quite impressive that a few little shit Saiyans were able to achieve this form just because of fusion. Goku spent 7 years training 24/7 in the Otherworld against the best fighters in the history of the universe, who also had spent most of their entire afterlife training. He did that just to achieve the Super Saiyan 3 form, and he still hadn't even mastered it yet. But I guess that just shows how strong fusion is. But Gotenks would ultimately be defeated by Majin Buu because of the fusion running out of time. Super Saiyan 3 shortened the fusion even more. It was supposed to be 30 minutes, but I guess the fusion has some weaknesses. And after this, Goten and Trunks both lend their power for Goku's Spirit Bomb, which leads to the defeat of Kid Buu. So despite the little time they had in Dragon Ball Z, they were only in there for one arc, they actually did stuff. Now, we are 100 plus episodes into Dragon Ball Super. What have they really done in Dragon Ball Super? Well, as Gotenks, they didn't do shit against Beerus. They then took part in the ritual for Goku to achieve Super Saiyan God, but they didn't really do much, they just kind of held hands and shit. They barely did anything in the Revival F arc. Their fight against Copy Vegeta was a fail, and since then, they have not really done anything. As a former Goten fanboy, this really disappointed me. Goten has so much untapped potential, like I said in my previous video about Goten, with how strong he was, even with little to no training. Was able to go Super Saiyan as a 7-year-old, same with Trunks, but Trunks is a year older, and he trained with Vegeta for a bit, so I think Trunks has a bit less potential than Goten. But both Goten and Trunks have had little to do with anything in Dragon Ball Super. First off, they have not grown up. Goten should be around 14 and Trunks around 15 years old. They should be a bit taller by now, but they're still tiny kids. Also, it doesn't really show them training anymore, so they might have even gotten weaker since the Buu saga, and they weren't even that strong in the Buu saga to begin with. The Tournament of Power was a missed opportunity for the both of them. Yes, they are young now, but it'd been really funny to see them mess around or make mistakes in the Tournament of Power. But, you know, they could have won the Time Chamber for at least 1 to 2 years, come out, and they're like at least teenager size, like Teen Gohan size from the Cell Saga, and no, they didn't do that. Also, it would just make sense for them to fuse in the tournament. It'd be cool to see Gotenks in the Tournament of Power, because they're the only ones to have really even trained to do fusion, so it would just make perfect sense. Although, you know, there's really no going back now, you can't go back and change the Tournament of Power, but there's still a future for them in the show. Maybe Goten and Trunks will be used in a future arc. But honestly, with the way that Dragon Ball Super has been going, I doubt they'll get much of a spotlight. It's really been the Goku and Vegeta show for the entire series so far, which I do have to say is better than GT, where GT was pretty much just the Goku show. People do say that GT stands for Goku Time. But anyways, I hope these characters do get a spotlight. Like I've said in a previous video, it'd be really cool to see Goten and Trunks fight alongside Cabba and the other Universe 6 Saiyans against Frost and his Empire. Of course, if that is somehow Universe 6 survives the Tournament of Power, alongside Universe 7, or for some reason all the universes get teleported and they just become one big universe. Goten and Trunks actually would have to grow up a bit in this war against Frost, but they could still be comical and it'd be really cool to see. Another possible scenario would be if somehow Universe 11 survived as well, or if the Universe 11 inhabitants were incorporated into Universe 7, or vice versa, or some other universe, but Goten and Trunks could become Pride Troopers. This would probably be even a better idea, because the Pride Troopers seem to be a bit more comical. They're kind of like the Ginyu Force, do all these poses and such, and that'd probably be a bit more realistic than hypothetical squadrons of Universe 6 Saiyans. Goten and Trunks could easily become strong enough to join the Pride Troopers, as the Pride Troopers are a really elite force. Well, why could they do this? Well, they're hybrid Saiyans. They can already go Super Saiyan, and they have multiple ways of reaching very high power. Either they could use the Time Chamber, train with their god tier fathers, or doing the intense training with Whis, or maybe even training with Elder Kai, or going to Guru, or the new leader of Namek, and getting their potential unlocked if you can do that. Who knows, they could even unlock Super Saiyan God, then be able to go Super Saiyan Blue themselves. Either way, despite their shortcomings so far in Dragon Ball Super, there will still be plenty of opportunities for them to get a bigger role. Also, one thing that could be possible, and that's something that I've wanted for a while, is a spin-off series. The Dragon Ball franchise is a hot property. It's making a lot of money. A spin-off series would be really refreshing. Just focusing on Goten and Trunks as they are off Earth, going on their own adventures. Maybe Goku, Vegeta, and other main characters can make cameo appearances, but it'd be great to see new worlds, meet new species, meet new characters in the Dragon Ball universe. Anyways, what do you guys think of this? Do you guys hate what has happened to the characters of Goten and Trunks? Do you want to see more of them? Do you want to see them actually grow up? Or do you want them to stay where they're at now in Dragon Ball Super and just be set on the back burner, just being literally nothing having to do with the show? Let me know, guys. Feel free to leave a like if you do enjoy. Comment down below answering all these questions. Subscribe if you are new and you enjoyed the video. And turn on notifications if you want to know right away when I upload, and feel free to follow me on Twitter. Now before I go, I have to give two shoutouts to two of my Patreon supporters, Daraj Payton and the awesome guy who only supports Broku on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for helping me out, donating money to me monthly. You guys are the best. And if you guys want a shout out at the end of all my videos, then go to my Patreon and become a Super Saiyan. It's $2 a month, but it is much appreciated. Don't feel like you need to do it. Watching my videos, liking my videos, sharing my videos, commenting, that's more than enough, guys. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace out.